Greetings and welcome to Brony Clockwork, everyone. Episode 4 this time. Woo! I'm Lamplight. Noble Spirit is in spirit with us this week. He's not here, but he's still with us in presence. And we have Midnight Dusk.
Hi!
We have Author Pony.
Oh, hello.
Shadow.
Hello.
And Lightning Runner.
Hi.
Okay. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. First of all, initial reactions to the episode. I mentioned before that I hissed in a cat-like manner. I should retract that. I should say I was mildly off-put, but I think the episode was written for obviously for little kids this time around, but I think they went a bit too far, even for little kids.
No, I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was at the level that it usually is. I don't think it was really written for younger kids in mind.
I think they had to over-exaggerate to make it understandable for, so kids really understand it rather than just going, meh. They had to over-exaggerate it so they knew what they were trying to get across.
I felt terrible for Spike.
Yeah. The whole time he was like, but Rarity, I like you, and just like, but I have a crush on, what was his name?
Trender Pony.
Trender Hoof.
Trender Hoof.
Yeah.
Trender Hoof.
If it's Trender Pony, I was gonna be like the Slender Pony and Trender Pony.
Now, look, it reminds.
No.
There's a Slender Pony. There's already an episode of that, I believe. They had a mention of that. They even showed it in the background on one of them.
There's a isn't it like part of the theme tune now? There's a guy in the woods somewhere. Or was that an episode? I can't remember.
No, that was an episode. I think.
No, that was just an episode. That was like 5 frames of animation.
I think that was actually in the Apple Family
Probably cost
thing.
like $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because he was like just outside the college. He was like, "Oh wait, he's in trees." And it's like, "Oh, that's creepy." But no, what Trender Hoof reminded me of is, I don't know why Anthony Bourdain came to mind. Just the way he's represented as this traveling writer. It's like you're Anthony Bourdain as a pony, aren't you? You're just going to places.
He kind of sounded like he was being voiced by Andrew Francis.
I'm sorry to say I don't know who that is.
Shining
Armor.
Yeah, you're right. Now I think about it, you're right. That's kind of sound like that.
Yeah, but no, I looked it up. It's just some guy. I don't know.
Just some guy,
I was expecting it to be like some famous person. I'm like, whose voice is that?
Samuel Jackson's, of course.
Wait, who is it? So who is the voice actor of Trender?
Doran Bell.
He was very. I think they could have used him a little more than they did. He was kind of just. He wasn't really doing much besides just speeding the plot along, which is kind of cool how they use that character. He didn't really do anything besides he's just there to cause the issue of Rarity and Applejack in the first place.
Well, what do you think he could have done instead?
I think they could have used him sort of like, I'm thinking of like a hoity-toity kind of thing, where he could affect how Ponyville is going to be seen, so they're going to try even harder to impress him. Like he could have actually had some input on this.
I thought that's what the angle they were getting at, but I think what they did instead was kind of parallel it with Rarity.
And it was like Blue Blood, but with Applejack instead of Rarity.
I think they was trying to get a good review from him, but Rarity overshadowed it with the fact that she really liked him.
Yeah,
as per
Rarity
usual.
was by definition the over-obsessive fangirl. She had a mural behind a curtain.
That's kind of her personality, though. I mean, she's dramatic and vain, but in a good way.
Spike has a similar personality, I guess. He owns shirts with Rarity's face and a cloth hat on it. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so
Rarity's kind of like the
Or Ridley. No, that's completely different. That's
overly attached girlfriend.
No, that's no, I don't see that. That's more like she's being more like just love struck.
What creeped me out the most was actually kind of the shrine that she had. She pulls the.
That was weird.
Yeah.
she pulls the fabric up and it's like, oh, by the way, floop, here's my shrine. It's like, when is that? Since how long has this been in your shop? How long have you had this thing?
I just found an image someone made the meme with Rarity.
What did you link? Dear Lord, that's creepy. Oh my god.
It's so perfect. That's the episode.
Sure, let's go with that. No. Here's the entirety of the episode. There, that's the episode. All you need to know. Oh my god. Although now, okay, if you were to run a festival in Ponyville and you chose small town chic, that's not what Ponyville's about. I don't think. Like, I don't think many of them have suits, ties, fancy dresses, and, like, silent auctions or silent cider tasting parties.
One thing that they kind of, like, ignored completely was at the beginning, Pinkie Pie was like, ooh, what if it's me? What if it's me? And then it's Rarity, and then they didn't show anything else about Pinkie Pie. That kind of bothered me.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird. Like, all of a sudden, it's like, oh, we're having a festival. Who's going to run this one? It's Rarity. It's like, was she entered? Did we ever say she was entered?
Did she know she was entered?
Because it seemed like it came out of nowhere. It's like, it's Rarity, and it's like, I was like, wait, there was a contest. How do we know who was in it? Do we know anyone who was in it? And now I know it's supposed to be about Ponyville's history or elders, wasn't it? Like, wasn't that what it's about?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, origins.
And then so that wasn't really addressed this time around. I don't think it wasn't really an origin. It was just kind of a celebrating the small town chic.
I think I mostly liked the episode just because of the three-way conflict.
Between Applejack, Rarity, and the Tenderhoof.
I liked his cutie mark.
Oh, I should.
Plaid.
Was it just plaid?
That's all it is.
Wait, is he supposed to be like a hipster pony?
Yeah, that's what I thought when I first saw him. I'm like, hipster ponies.
No wonder he's always jumping from one trend to another.
Oh, speaking of outfits, Rarity's farm outfit. Wow. I know she's going to extremes, but that's a bit too extreme.
Maybe that's just how she sees.
Racist.
Oh, what? Racist against the South? Really?
Yes.
Racist was me earlier.
Super stereotyping.
And the other one was Applejack. I know that she's not much for dressing up, but willingly dressing up in that outfit. I know this was to prove her wrong, but she didn't seem to hate it either. Like, she didn't seem to hate dressing up in that outfit entirely.
Well, Applejack, like, they've shown this before that she's still, she can still be girly and all that.
Yeah, at the gala episode. She wore that gala dress.
True. So, yeah, she can be subtly girly. After the little fillies, and I think she has like fillies and foals in the barn, she said, you gotta act like I used to think laces and Malware, and it's like, okay, what happened to them? Is Apple Bloom gonna wear that now? Was she told otherwise? Because she walks away... Because she walks away with this like straw hat, like in scraggles and everything. Is like, were you told to change? Hopefully, yes.
It's Apple Bloom of all people. Like, she's the one being told to look more like southern and everything. just galoshes and whatever.
And where was Big Mac throughout all the work Applejack was doing? He's nowhere in the episode, and he is the one who does this kind of stuff.
Hang on.
I thought he was like in one of the scenes in the background. I mean, maybe they just take turns.
Yeah, that makes sense. They all run the farm, the Farmville.
Yeah.
Where was Big Mac when AJ was getting stalked? Like, would he not have stepped in and said, "Back off, man! Come on, stop stalking."
Oh yeah, it's true. See, he wasn't there for that either. It's like, come on, Big Mac, where are you? Taking a break that he was taking a break that day. That was it. He's taking a break from all the farm work. And I don't know why Rarity wear a bedazzled farm hat, but I guess it makes sun reflection all the more convenient.
Oh, the cowboy hat?
Yeah, she was wearing a bedazzled hat. It's like, well, it helps your head stay cooler, I guess.
That's like the super, that's not even Dolly Parton. That is, I don't even know what that was. Rarity would be like the Jersey Shore for Kentucky or something. I don't know.
Yes.
They had that show, actually.
They seriously.
They have a Jersey Shore version with the southern people. They have that now. Party in the South.
I hear mostly people just watch that to make themselves feel better about themselves.
Yeah, well, you gotta have a show that helps everyone feel better, right? I mean, that's what some TV shows are for. That's what the Kardashians are for.
The first time I even saw like a little bit of Jersey Shore, my IQ dropped.
wasn't. I could have sworn there was a couple in jokes in this episode. Like, I know there was at least one or two duck faces involved. I know that Applejack made a duck face at some point. She was like, and showing off the dress. I was like, oh, okay, duck face is canon now.
I really like the scene where Rarity's like, Spike, you don't understand, Spike. You don't understand what it's like.
Yeah, and then
Spike looks like, really?
Yeah, oh my god, poor Spike.
Really?
Fourth
You know,
wall break
I
for
think-
Spike, yeah.
I think if I were to edit this episode, it's the show episode, not the podcast episode.
Right.
If I were to add in anything, it would be a scene where Spike is just looking mortified that Rarity has this new crush.
Yeah.
And then he has to
Really
talk
learn
to
how-
Twilight.
We really learn how insensitive Rarity is, because she knows that Spike likes her, but yet she's just like, oh, you don't understand, she's like terrible. I really like this person, like just confiding in him when he must. She knows how he feels, and she knows, well, she must know that Spike feels every time she speaks like that. So yeah, she's a bit insensitive, I guess.
But she's generous.
Motherfucker.
She's
But
generous.
she's an insensitive, egotistical sometimes.
But she's a generous, egocentrical.
Throughout the episode, if you watch Spike's, when I saw that stuff immediately happen, I was like, okay, well, how does Spike feel about this? So I watched Spike to see if his emotions change. He did not change throughout most of the episode. Like, the only
Maybe he's
recognition
used to it
that he likes Rarity was when he looked at the camera. That was the only recognition throughout the entire episode. He didn't look sad or anything.
Yeah.
He's got I guess he's gotten
Huh.
used to it.
Oh, wait, there was one creepy image that I love. I think it was when they were announcing the results. I forgot what they said. I think it was when Rarity got picked or when Pinkie Pie was like really excited. Her head swelled up like a giant balloon and she floated away. I'm like,
Yeah.
They teased that on the Hub Network like Facebook page.
it was like, what the heck just happened to you, Pinkie? I know she's like magical and all that, but it's like that's a whole new level of weird. Yeah, I don't think that's possible for most ponies, even you, Pinkie Pie.
I think the best part is no one cared.
You just gotta look that she floated away. It's like, oh yeah, just that's Pinkie.
Yeah.
It was just creepy, just really creepy.
Hold on. I have a theory. It was foreshadowing for like a swelled head, selfish swelled head.
Oh my God.
Oh, she's like,
That is genius. That's Pinky sense right there. My God.
Can someone edit her head like on the blimp at the beginning of the theme?
Okay, and
It's like Catface.
oh my God, Catface. Yeah, it's about the same shape as
Pink
Catface.
face, she's got a big pink face. She's got the body of a horse and the face of a horse. And she flies through the air 'cause she's got a pink face, a pink face.
Oh, this is a horse face, but that works too.
There wasn't a shiny rainbow thing.
Oh, but Rarity already had hers.
I know,
Yeah,
but
she got hers.
it's
She
just-
got
over
her.
in Manhattan.
She got her thread.
I know that, but I'm just saying.
There is no shiny. That's true. No, well, they can't have a shiny all the time. Otherwise, you run out of shinies.
Yeah,
They should.
there's
Well,
only
if they had another
6.
shiny, then they would have started.
Then the box would have like 100 different locks on it, just to have all the shinies at once.
So you know how Fluttershy and Twilight were supposed to help with the fashion stuff? And they weren't there for the fashion stuff at all, except for like when they were all together.
I don't know. Maybe they were out looking for Rarity.
And that, yeah, because they weren't really doing, none of them really did anything, did they? Like, she said, oh, you can do this, and this, and none of them really, we didn't see them do anything besides stand there and just say, yeah, and then they come back and it's like, oh, we're changing strategies.
Yeah, Applejack was like the only person who actually did anything.
Yeah, like when Rarity changes the ceremony or the idea from small town chic to, oh, we're doing a country theme, and then the next day she says, oh no, we're going back to small town chic, and it's like, wait, you have how many days to put this together and you change your mind twice?
You have how much money?
Well, she has like, I don't know how long she had, like a couple days to do this, like 2 or 3 days, right? I forgot how long she had to do this.
3 days.
Yeah, and so I think it was the first day she said, okay, small town chic. Second day she said, no, country theme. Then the last day she said, small town chic. You can't change decorations in that much time. You can't just
Why would the town even plan for it? You know, like,
they would just keep.
oh, you have 3 days to have this party.
They would just keep the original thing. It's like, no, Rarity, we're keeping this. You told us to do this.
It was kind of like the lottery, only with party making.
The lottery? Oh yeah, it's true. Oh my god. So maybe that's
So
how...
Rarity was picked, and you have to do this party, make it good.
I volunteer as tribute.
Oh, Pinkie Pie.
It's the pony games. That's what it was. It was the pony.
Oh my gosh. It's Sweetie Belle or someone is like picked. I volunteer as tribute.
It's like, what? This isn't sacrifice. I don't care. I'm doing it anyway. One pony has to make a party. But what will she do when her crush falls in love with a farm girl?
Oh my
Coming
god.
to theaters near you.
Oh my god, Apple Acres would be like District 12.
Wow.
That's a good comparison. Why not? The question of this week was, if you were the princess, how would you change things in Equestria? And I'm hoping that someone would focus more on Ponyville, because everyone knows that's a hub.
Genocide.
Well, I think it's funny
Why
how
genocide?
Because why not genocide?
Because there could be changelings in our midst.
Yeah.
We
Just
don't.
get rid of all the unicorns.
We don't know if the changelings are around, so we have to make sure that everyone's a purebred pony.
Getting rid of unicorns wouldn't stop changelings from changing into something else.
I would personally make it less of a, what's the word, monarchy? Yeah, monarchy. I'd
It's
actually,
a presidential debate. They actually yeah, excuse me, Mr. Candidate. Well, if you were in power, what would you change? Well, I think you'll find I'd change the education system. Then they never do it when they get in power.
Well, here's the thing. What if they choose
You mean like
wrongly?
having a cardinal and then the Pope?
yeah, that's the word.
Well, it sounds more like a representative democracy, but the thing about a representative democracy is that sometimes the representative doesn't exactly represent their where they're from. Sometimes they're just representing themselves and trying to get into a position of power.
Dang it. It's just, I cannot think of, I'm not good, this is a flawed system. No, I cannot
You
use it.
can't really have like a not flawed system of government.
Exactly.
Darn it. Okay, how would anyone else change the system?
I'm not saying
Well,
it's going to be
but
terrible. It's just poking holes in it.
No, it's fair, and to be fair, and okay, besides genocide, because that would leave you with like next to no population, and you can't really do much with next to no population.
All the more cider.
All the more
Cotton candy clouds and chocolate rain.
Chaos comes with chocolate rain, you guys. Chocolate rain.
Think about it.
Discord would be an interesting ruler. I would.
That would
Interesting
be awesome.
is putting it
Pudding.
lightly.
He would make chocolate rain every day. Like you'd wake up to chocolate rain, and that would be your.
It could be every day. That'd be too orderly. Why wouldn't he? He is the Kool-Aid man.
Is the Kool-Aid man. He
He
is
is.
Kool-Aid. He makes all Kool-Aid.
He is the.
Yeah. Like you do realize that he's gonna smash through your wall now. That you said his name too many times.
Is he?
I'm on the second story. I'm not sure if he has any access.
He'll find a way.
Is he able to, like? Does he know where we all? Oh, he knows where we all live. He just knows. There's no way to avoid him.
Kool-Aid man.
Darn it!
He's
Probably in the back of
Jesus.
everyone's cupboard somewhere.
He's just ready to bust out. I was like, "You want Kool-Aid?" The Randy Savage of
Like Santa Claus.
he's the Randy Savage of the sweet drinks. That's what he is. Now, if we were to pick a current ruler, who would you pick? I pick Luna because she's awesome.
Luna.
Why
Because
would you?
I
Why
don't know
would
what
you pick
Lucy's
the?
doing.
I gotta
I
ask. why
like
would
Luna and Cadence.
Good ruler, but Cadence doesn't seem to really. I don't know.
She's the princess
If
of
you-
Lerv.
She's the princess of Blurb, but I feel like if people revolted against her for whatever reason, why, But I don't think they would. I don't know. It could go either way. Either they would revolt because she's too nervy, or she would just kind of like brainwash all of them.
You would
because she can do that. You would love me.
But what you're asking, or was Lightning Runner? You were gonna ask why would I pick the Luna?
The show doesn't say much about Luna, but I just sort of assume that she's
Exactly.
the younger, not as well wise as her older sister, kind of a
That's
pony.
ageist.
She's probably a bit more emotional, probably a bit more.
Well, that's actually part of the reason I'd pick her because she is a young ruler, and yes, she's not as wise, but she has the naive amount of mindset to
Naivety.
make decisions that the seasoned ruler wouldn't. She might make changes that could be experimental and still benefit in the end rather than sticking to traditional ways. So she has room for growth in that sense.
I'm trying to think of like the younger presidents that we have in the U.S. that have
Nightmare
been.
Moon.
No, from what I remember, JFK and Barack Obama are like the two, either the two youngest or some of the two youngest presidents we've had.
Yeah, they like
Let's see. Kennedy didn't last much; he got assassinated, and Barack is still in office, and I don't know.
I'd pick Luna for one more reason, and that would be because she was. I would like she. I know she wasn't quite wrongfully exiled to the moon, but she was technically not given much of a choice when she was living in the shadow of someone and wasn't given counsel. Like she wasn't given time or any kind of talking
Did
to.
you see the flashback? Did you see the flashback?
Yeah, but I know that she went crazy at that point. That was already when it was the breaking point. But before the breaking
who
point,
wouldn't
right?
snap?
I know, but
Who wouldn't snap?
But if you're the sister of someone who's living in your shadow and knows that she is a younger princess, you give her time, you talk to her, you do all that. And that's the reason I'm saying I would give her that second chance to really have that spotlight to herself. And
How do you know that they haven't talked about that before the going insane part?
it's okay, to be fair, we had to assume at this point it's just plain canon, no one's gonna know. But I would still give her that benefit of the doubt. I really would.
Yeah, I mean, she obviously wanted it bad enough to try to overthrow the entire throne.
Sure.
If she would have had the chance to do something before she turned into Nightmare Moon, then
It could have been different.
I
we
think-
don't know.
Yeah.
Although she could have been the opposite, where she could have been like the shut-in princess, where she's in her room the whole time. Was like, my sister, whinge. I am so angry at her. But she's like scowling from her window and just like, I'm only you get all the glory. And she's like, so I don't know. Maybe she could have. Maybe.
like Iceman's
Maybe-
younger brother. It's Bobby
Maybe
and
she
Ronnie.
tried to take over power, even though she knew she wouldn't be able to. Maybe she just did it because she wanted some space on the moon, because she seems like a bit of a loner anyway, a bit of a introvert.
Yeah, Celestia's
Well, that's
different.
kind of what happens when you're destined to sort of rule over the night when not everyone is awake. Rave, go to all the raids.
We know that Luna isn't alone at night because she wanders through people's dreams, so she says hello to them, like, hey guys, I'm just gonna make a nightmare happen. Hey.
Alright.
Yeah, you just have to get like a little girl singing things, and it instantly becomes creepy, like the Dishonored soundtrack. What do we do with a drunken whaler early in the morning?
To which the answer.
I was like really creepy.
To which
And,
the
I
answer
was-
is give them more booze. Okay, what would y'all do with who would you vote for princess? I think Shadow, you said Cadence and Luna. Why? How would you think Cadence would do her job? Like how would she rules over the Crystal Empire? I'm kind of wondering what her style would be.
She'd probably be a very benevolent ruler.
I think she'd go very like 60s and like give love to everyone.
Give love to everyone,
I
is
think
that what you
that would
said?
only work for
Twilight
that
is
was a Woodstock.
Oh,
slash,
okay,
yeah.
I get it. I was like, wait a second, hold on.
Twilight is a princess, but she doesn't rule anything.
She rules.
I don't think
Yeah.
Twilight
Bitch.
would.
Yeah.
Ponyville, no one even pays much attention. Like Twilight is a princess, but she's not a ruler.
No, she's not. That's true.
I don't think she probably should rule anything for a little while.
She's the backup princess.
She rules the library.
She's the backup
Hey,
princess.
girls!
I think Applejack would be the best.
She wouldn't really have, like, I don't know. She's so straightforward that she almost has just, like, no emotion towards things at times.
I think the best I think the best princess to watch, like, see how they handle things would definitely be Fluttershy. Just because, like, she'd just pass everything if, like, someone's like, "Can you please pass this off?" She'd be like, okay. Like, she'd, like, sign it and then, like, it'd just be like, rain, hell, like, rain, like, phosphorus down on every single town.
I think
Yeah.
Princess Big Mac would be awesome.
Princess-
You know what
Princess
I
Lump.
think? I have a theory
Princess Big Mac.
everyone says that, like, the whole Peekabina thing where Pinky is, like, the crazy one. I think Fluttershy is the crazy, insane one. She's been bullied. We haven't seen her parents. She lives in the woods alone with animals. Hardly talks to anyone.
Holy crap.
Really quiet.
She's-
has temper
She's built an
tantrums.
army.
Really
But that's
passive
not like
aggressive.
that's like not the opposite of her. When Fluttershy is like the opposite of her wouldn't, you have kindness, that's being nice. Well, the opposite of her would be anger and wrath and everything. So
She
I
is
mean, we've
kind of
already seen what
wrathful
she
in
is when
some
she's
episodes.
angry. We've seen what she's like when she's very angry and demanding.
We
You
really
know.
need
Yeah, I
we
mean,
really need Note here to do the "You're Going to Love Me" in the Flutter guy voice.
I could just imagine if Prince Big Mac were ruling over Equestria, it would be the era of Yup. That would be his entire the reign. That would be the era
He would-
of Yup. That's all the textbook would say.
he would finally have a speaking role.
Like that's the,
Can you imagine like what his letters would be like to Twilight or whatever? It'd just be yup, nope. Yep, poor Spike. That's all it says. It's basically a text message.
that would be all the letters would say. It's just Yup, or if she's really misbehaving, it would say Nope. But
Nope.
and then the more ends it has, the more he disagrees. Well, thank you for joining us this week, everyone. This has been a catastic episode. As always, I have been Lamplight. Joining me this week is Lightning Runner.
Hello.
We have
Goodbye.
Shadow.
You always do that every time.
What?
I don't know how.
Goodbye.
Author Pony.
Goodbye, everyone.
And Midnight
Don't
Dust.
have nightmares.
College.
All hail Prince Big Mac and his ruling sister Applejack. May they
No, it's Princess Big Mac.
All hail Princess All the Pony. Come on. Get together.
Okay,
What if
fine.
everyone was a
No.
princess?
All hail the ruling body of Brony Clockwork. We control it.